OCO. Well, I hope you are all doing okay. And I hope you're staying warm and you're staying dry. And so I come tonight, or today, whenever this is posted. Excuse me there. Having a little trouble with my sinuses. Temperature fluxes and all that kind of stuff, so. But I wanted to talk to you about this. About just throwing it all away. See, that's what I've chosen to do, and that's what I have done and still in the progress of doing. Alright, sometimes you gotta throw the stuff that just that clutters away. Just gotta throw it, get rid of it. Yeah, you know how it is. You've seen videos and shows and stuff about hoarders, how they allow stuff to build up, and then the person can't hardly walk around in their house or even breathe hardly because there's so much junk and stuff in there, it's just terrible. You've seen it. It's like a living nightmare. But do you know that we are pretty much all either have been or we still are hoarders? We got a bunch of junk piled up. Well, what are you talking about, Warhorse? Say, Marty, get it straight out here. Come on, just get with it. Well, okay. Here's the thing. Alright, people have things that's in their lives that just builds up. It clutters inside. So, either you hold on to it, and fight tooth and nail just to maintain the right in your views to have the clutter in your life, and it's hard for you to be comfortable and breathe, and it's just a mess. So you decide you're gonna hang on to it because you don't want no one to help you clean it up. You don't want to clean it up yourself or whatever, well, no one can make you. It's up to you if you want to get rid of clutter. Now, see, I'm just sharing. Now, me, I have, had a lot of clutter built up. It just came to a point, about making a choice. Now, do I just hold on to it or do I let it go? Because, I was becoming quite miserable inside. Because of poor choices, But sometimes, you just got to sit around and think about the line. Think of a line scratched in the sand. And you either have to be on one side or the other. Right? And I could sit there and see the overall picture. I was on the wrong side. So it was about a choice if I was going to stay there or get over on the right side. So the question is, you got a lot of clutter, and what side of the line are you on? You can't be a one who stands on the line. You have to be on one side or the other. It's just that simple. That's the choice. Now, one side is the right side, one side is the wrong side. So which one are you going to get on, so to speak? Yeah. Because life, we can get swallowed up with all the stuff and troubles, and it can end up overwhelming us. I've seen that, and excuse Spotted Feather, she loves to sing. She sounds like a flute. I don't know if you can hear her or not, but that's a little diamond dove I got. But anyway, I love that. It's awesome. But anyway, the question is, what are you going to do? Now I had to make up my mind, because one side, the wrong side, actually leads to death. So, some people get the notions that you're going to be reincarnated. I'm sorry, that ain't going to happen, Captain. It just don't work. You're free to believe the way you want, but truth is truth. Now there's subjective truth, and there's absolute truth. And I believe in absolute truth. And one thing about truth, it always hurts. Sometimes we'll choose something and believe in something that is wrong, but we'll hold on to it and fight over that and turn around and find out that that's the wrong way. Oh yeah, a wrong way to think. But people do believe in all kinds of things. But there's only one truth. A lot of people, talk about, religion. I don't want to have nothing to do with religion. Well, there is man's religion, then there is true religion. You didn't know that there was such thing as true religion. Why don't you read the book of James in the New Testament? He talks about true religion. Yeah, there is a true religion. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of false religions out there. I'm talking about religion. I'm not talking about truth. I'm talking about these so-called religions that are ran by shysters. But the only truth you're going to find is in the book of heaven. And there are some out there who will proclaim that true word. I said some. I didn't say that there were many, many, many. A lot of them's got too much clutter inside. We all tend to get things cluttered up inside, but the question is, when are we going to wake up, evaluate the situation here, right? And here. And make a good decision. Alright, I want to share something with you. Now, you already, some of you are familiar with a lot of this, but you should read it. Don't rely on me reading it alone. You need to check this stuff out yourself. When was the last time any of you picked up the good book, the book of heaven, the Bible? When was the last time that you ever picked it up and really, honestly read it? Think about that. Alright, here in the New Testament of John, it says, whoever believes in him, talk about the beautiful great one, Yeshua, Jesus, right? Whoever believes in him is not condemned. And it's not about saying, well, I believe that he exists. No. Talking about in the heart. That's what he's talking about. In the heart. You believe in your heart. No doubts. Absolute believe in him. That's what he's talking about. But whoever does not believe. Now here we go. This is going to hurt a little. It says, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already. Yeah, because, here's the because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. Yeah. This is the verdict. this is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but mankind, that goes for men, women, children, etc., 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 for everybody here. This is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but men loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil, and in the book of heaven defines what evil is. You need to read it, and read it good, and don't try to justify yourselves. That's a problem with us as humans. We tend to try to justify our own actions, especially when you know that you're in the wrong. And sometimes you might not have a blurred vision of the truth, and want to try to defend yourselves that way. But anyway, it says, because everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds, his works, will be exposed. That's why all this evil and stuff that you're seeing going on, all this violent wokeism and all this other junk and stuff going on, and people wanting to fight the right to kill babies, and you name it. It's just evil and dark. And it tells you why right there. Alright, it says, but whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly what he has done. Plainly that what he has done has been done through God. So, I'm sharing that with you for you to get to thinking about it, because I had to get the clutter out of myself. And whatever clutter that may still be there, I'm trying to make sure I can get it out, and I want it all gone, all thrown away. We are living at a time where it is time for you to pick a side. My friends, it is really that time. Because we have entered in a time of history when we are so close to his return. And we all got to stand before him. You can try to justify yourselves, but his book, the book of heaven, the Bible, his word, and how we and the choices that we make will judge us. And the question is, how are you standing before him? We all have to make that choice, period. And we get a lot of stuff, every day, like every 24 hours, of crazy, insane stuff that is happening in this world, in our country, overseas, etc. You got war looming, and it will come here. Don't ever think it won't. It will. And then you're going to stop to remember what I have just said. But the thing is, if you're saying, well, I'm going to wait to see how things go before I decide to turn and walk the right road, the right path, to get myself right before him. Well, understand this one thing. It comes when he decides to call your number, so to speak. We all get, some of us all want to envision how, when our time comes, how we're going to go. You know, I want to go in my sleep or this now, or that ain't going to happen to much longer, but it comes. And we're not getting any younger. So, I mean, anything could claim us in the next minute or second. I mean, be like that, you know? So, what side of the line are you on? Is your life do you have a lot of clutter? Think of this as your house, okay? Your soul is housed in here. Without your soul, it's just a shell. But the question lies, is you ready to get your house cleaned? Do some kind of like spring cleaning, so to speak. But it is time to draw the line. Now, I know this ain't a popular, on YouTube or any platform really. But my conscience will not let me be if I don't ask y'all to consider about looking into your hearts to see where you stand. Put aside, what do you call that? Denominational things, whether the churches you've been to or whatever, or maybe currently going to off and on, that may say Baptist or Catholic or Methodist or Pentecost or Episcopalian or whatever it may be. Okay, because none of those will save you. Alright, because the church is the people. And there's only one way, and that's Him. That's that one above, the Creator, the beautiful great one. You know, He paid a price. He took your punishment upon Himself. The punishment that you deserve, He took for you, me, all of us. But there is something you got to do. You're going to say, oh, well, this is not works. Who said anything about works? It's by faith. It is by faith that you are saved when you believe in Him in your heart. When you call upon Him and tell Him you're sorry from the heart and really mean it, that you're truly sorry, and you ask Him into your life and you believe the work that He did, the price that He paid, you accept that, you accept Him, and you let Him come into your life. Tell Him, you're tired of it. You want Him to come into your heart and save you, and you believe it. You will be saved. And just listen and obey to His holy word. And hey, it's all there. I don't have to give you a big lecture on everything. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just sharing and hoping that, if you got any clutter in your life, that you're right now that you're straddling the line and you're not, or maybe you're on the wrong side of the line. But, I'm asking you to consider, take a look in your heart, in your life, because it's coming. We're not promised tomorrow. So I hope you make the right decisions. And I'm hoping that you be blessed. And know this one thing. And I wanted to do a little add-on here before I go, is that know that our lives, are like a thin little thread, or like smoke. A little thread can break, or smoke, So knowing that at any time that thin little thread could snag on something and bam, snap in it. Or, someone put a big wind come along and psh, your puff of smoke is gone. I don't consider myself a great speaker nor a great singer, but I love to sing. And but I want to share with you. But I'm asking you, because a lot of you got your hopes strictly. I'm not saying all of you. Some of you, a lot of you, whether I know you or not, has got your hopes in YouTube, your channel. And you love, like I do. You like to share, content. But the thing is, you have to be prepared for this one fact that pretty soon you're not going to have your YouTube. You're not going to have internet, whether that means it's going to be gone for a few months, maybe a year, two, or whatever. You're not going to have it. You might not even be here on this planet anymore, breathing, So you have to stop to think, what means the most to you? Him, life, true life, which he is the life, he is the resurrection, he is the way. He even said, no man can come to him except through the Father, not through any of this other stuff. Not because there is no reincarnation. And, and all this other stuff is a bunch of hooey. Whatever it may be, it's cluttering your life up, one thing after another. But the thing is, you got to really take a look at oneself and make a decision. Where do you stand? But if you got your hopes in YouTube and all this, you see I'm hoping you are, those of you who have listened this far, I'm hoping that you will see the writing is on the wall. Yeah, like Nebuchadnezzar. Not him, not Nebuchadnezzar, Belshazzar. Some would say Belshazzar, however you want to say it. He saw the writing on the wall. Yeah. So, you got to make a choice, because time is short. See, I happen to love you and care about you because you're my family and my friends. If I didn't care, I wouldn't even be talking about this. But I do care. So, which side of the fence or which side of the line are you on? And do you got a lot of clutter? It's really time for us to quit dilly-daddling or dallying around and, and get serious, to really think. I'm not pushing nothing on nobody. I'm not pushing a denominational belief. I am only trying to get y'all to think, think about yourself. Take a good look inside and ask yourself this question. If you die, you fall asleep, a permanent sleep tonight, or the next minute, or where will you be? Will you be standing in heaven with the beautiful great one, or will you be in the other place, which is not a good place, because you're not coming back as a dog, a cat, or in another person's body, or anything like that. So you got to question yourself. Where do you stand? What will happen to you? And don't think, oh, I know I'm going to heaven. Well, wait a minute. Do you really know that for certain? Do you really believe in your heart in Him? And if you really believe in Him, do you do what He says? What His holy word says? Are you truly following Him? Or are you following something that some man said to you, or your own ideas, or your own perception? That won't cut it with me or you, standing up before Him. Because when you stand up before the Mighty One, because you really ain't got nothing to say. Because you'll know everything that's revealed right there. So, and a lot of you had been raised up in church, and so say you believe in Him. But do you really? That's just questions we got to ask in our hearts. We got to take a look at our own selves and decide, where do we stand before Him. So I talked enough like it is. But, read chapter 3 in the Gospel of John. And let me encourage you to read Revelations. Also read Matthew. But read it all, everything. But when was the last time you ever picked it up? When was the last time you felt Him tugging on your heart? Is He? Are you pushing Him away? Saying, not now, because the time for you to get it to business might not ever come. Today is the day of salvation. Think about it. So read it all, not portions here and there. Just read it all. Be fed. Let Him guide you and speak to your heart and obey Him. That's what we all need to do. So I talked enough, all right? So think about it. If you agree that what I said is true, if you really believe that what I said is true, and you believe that the book of heaven is true, that you believe He is true, then hit that like, okay? But all I want to do is bless others. I want to make people smile. I want to help encourage others. I want to do good from my heart, okay? So be blessed, and I will catch you later. And watch your six, and also look into your heart. I love you all, and be blessed. Oh, and tomorrow I got to go to the doctor. Maybe I'll get new glasses, because scratched up right over in here and over here, and it's hard to see. Of course, my eyes ain't doing good anyway. So I will catch you later. I love you all. Be blessed. Aho and wado.